Ah, Kansas City, where the air smells like barbecue, the fountains run red, and football isn't just a game. It's a birthright, a religion, if you will. And here we are, folks. It's September, the smell of fall is in the air. And what does that mean? Another season of Kansas City Chiefs football, our yearly pilgrimage to the Church of Arrowhead. Now, before we dive into the expectations of a fan base that has, let's be honest, been spoiled over the past few years, let's take a step back. I want to remind everyone what it means to be a Chiefs fan, because once upon a time, our expectations were, let's say, slightly different. We didn't always wake up on Sundays and expect to watch greatness unfold before our very eyes. Oh no. We used to have that delicious mix of hope and dread that only comes from years of watching your team hover just on the precipice of being, well, average. We had some good years, some fun years, but never this. This is a new era, the Patrick Mahomes era. And with that comes expectations. Unreasonable expectations, some might say. But here's the thing. Once you've tasted greatness, can you really go back? Can you settle for anything less? The answer to that, my friends, is simply no. I mean, it's like trying to enjoy a gas station burger after you've had a perfectly smoked Kansas City brisket. I'll make an exception for my beloved Buc-ee's. However, there's just no comparison. So, let's talk expectations. What do we as Chiefs fans expect this year? I mean, sure, we'd like to win. Winning is fun. But we don't just expect wins anymore. Oh no, we expect Mahomes wins. You know what I'm talking about. Those wins where Patrick is running 35 yards backwards, dodging defenders like he's in a video game, and somehow, some way, still flinging the ball 60 yards downfield to a receiver no one else even knew was open. That's the bar. That's where we are now. And God forbid we only win by, say, 10 points, because now winning by less than 2 touchdowns almost feels like a loss. I can hear it now. Mahomes didn't even throw for 350 yards? Is he regressing? Should we be worried? Is it time to panic? Cue the hot takes. Oh, and I love this one. Is this the beginning of the end for Reid's Kansas City Chiefs? Like, folks, we're winning games, and some of you are out here writing Mahomes' football obituary. This is simply ridiculous. We've reached a point where if Mahomes doesn't throw a sidearm, no-look, left-handed pass while riding a unicycle, people get disappointed. And let me be clear, this isn't an exaggeration. I once saw a fan complain that Patrick only threw for 3 touchdowns in a game, as if 3 touchdowns in a win isn't good enough anymore. I mean, folks, do you hear yourselves? This isn't the Madden video game on rookie mode. It's real life. There are other grown men on the field trying to stop him too, you know. But let's not put it all on Patrick. Let's take a step back. The Chiefs as a whole carry this burden of greatness, and that's the title of today's episode, The Burden of Greatness. Let's talk defense for a second. Now, I know defense hasn't always been the thing we hang our hat on. In fact, sometimes we just cross our fingers and hope they can give Patrick a decent shot at a comeback. But these days, these different days, we're seeing some changes. Guys like Chris Jones wreaking havoc. A guy like Trent McDuffie, who is like a hawk flying all over the football field, trying to make us believe in defensive football again. And if the defense can hold the team under 20 points, we're not just happy, we're surprised. Wait, what's happening? Are we good at defense now? Is being this explosive on offense and this lockdown on defense, dare I say it, legal? But let's be real. As much as we love to talk about individual players, the real secret to the Chiefs' success is that sweet, oh so sweet, combination of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. It's like peanut butter and jelly. Better yet, it's like sweet baby rays and a Kansas City burn-in on a hot summer Sunday afternoon. But with more touchdowns, of course. Andy Reid, the man who treats every offensive play like it's a puzzle he was born to solve. And Mahomes, the guy who somehow is the cheat code to every puzzle. You just know Andy's sitting at home with a cheeseburger, drawing up plays in the dirt like a mad scientist, chuckling to himself as he thinks, let's see him stop this one. And speaking of Andy Reid, can we just acknowledge that we're watching one of the greatest coaches of all time? The man eats pressure for breakfast, probably literally with an extra side of bacon. And when you combine that with Mahomes' raw talent and the creativity of this offense, it's not just about winning anymore. It's about how we win. With style, with pizzazz, with flair. With just enough, are they seriously doing this? Moments to keep us all on the edge of our seats. But here's where the expectations really get interesting. It's not just about winning the AFC West anymore. No. That's the bare minimum. At this point, we expect the division. That's like expecting a refill at a restaurant. It's just assumed. We're already looking ahead. We're thinking about January. We're talking Super Bowl or bust. And sure, that sounds a little entitled, but that's where we are now. It's not that we're ungrateful. We appreciate the wins, the division titles, the AFC Championship game appearances, but we've got a taste for something more. We've been to the mountaintop, and now we expect to go every single year. And yet, as much as we demand excellence, there's still that little voice inside that remembers what it was like before. The heartbreaks, the one and dones. The years we were stuck watching other teams raise not just the Lombardi Trophy, but our very own near and dear founder's namesake, the Lamar Hunt Trophy. Wondering if we'd ever get our turn. And so while our expectations are sky high, there's still a part of us that knows football is unpredictable. It's wild, it's chaotic. And as much as we love to believe that Mahomes is immortal, that Andy Reid is infallible, we also know anything can happen. But that's the fun, isn't it, Chiefs Kingdom? The tension. Knowing that at any given moment, this team can pull off the impossible, but also remembering that football is a fickle beast. So we watch, we cheer, we toast, we hope, and yes, I pray. And yeah, maybe we get a little too confident. Maybe we expect a little too much. But can you blame us? We're living in a golden age of Chiefs football, and we're just trying to enjoy the ride. So, Chiefs Kingdom, I leave you with this. Strap in and buckle up. Another season awaits. Expect greatness, sure, but also be ready for a few surprises along the way. After all, this is the Kansas City Chiefs we're talking about. And if there's one thing we've learned, it's that anything can happen when you've got Mahomes, Reid, and the weight of a fan base that expects nothing less than brilliance. Thank you. You can catch my co-host and I every week on Saturdays at Heartland NFL Talk on YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts by the same handle. I will be uploading and publishing my monologue series every week, along with my co-host and I's reaction videos to the previous week as well. We thank you guys. We appreciate the support. As I had mentioned, make sure you're liking and subscribing on our YouTube channel at Heartland NFL Talk. See you next time, guys.